Miss YouTube.
Miss YouTube, that's true.
No, I didn't say I miss
Yeah.
you, but I do miss you. I said YouTube, but I
No, Miss
love it. I
YouTube,
love it
right?
that you thought I said miss you.
No, I thought you said Miss YouTube.
Oh, yeah,
Like
Miss
Miss
YouTube.
Universe.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
yes, yeah. Oh, you okay. I thought you were
But I
saying
miss
miss
you
you like
too, Sevan. I
oh.
miss you too. It's okay.
I I I saw Sara recently in a power meeting. I was at a restaurant and I was spying on her, and she was in a very high level meeting. I could tell with some very high level people, and I took a picture of her and
It
I
was the
sent it
most creepy picture I've ever received.
to
Yeah.
her, and she said, "Why didn't you visit?" And I said, "I was too
Yeah.
shy. I was too shy.
You never be shy, Sevan.
I
Never.
was
You
too
just
shy."
didn't want to interrupt. You're so respectful,
Thank you. And it was a long walk. I'd already done my workout for the day. I'd have to
Yeah.
go down those
It's a lot of
stairs. And
steps there. Yeah, exactly.
what would I type in? What is your YouTube station? How do I find this new YouTube station?
So you type in Sara Sigmund's daughter.
Okay.
Simple as that. And then I've already put up 4 episodes.
Oh, do
So
you know how cool? I'm going to tell you how cool I am. I typed in Sarah Sigmund's daughter, and the podcast I did with you a month ago came up. God, I feel so good.
oh, do you know what came up when I typed it in? The
What?
podcast we did when I was in Dubai with the caption, "Are you a lesbian?"
Oh, have you seen the comments on that?
No, I haven't. Do I want to see them?
It just people just get offended so easy.
Yeah.
They think it's inappropriate. I think
No, it's just
relationship
a
talk is
question.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think relationships are oh my God, you already have 4 videos on your YouTube.
Yeah. We've been working.
Why did you wait so long to do a YouTube station?
Well, it's
Great header photo, by the way. Awesome header photo.
it's Red Rocks. It's so cool. Yeah. Why did I start so late? I mean, it's one of those things that you just procrastinate. It's never the right time to start. That's how it was for me. I was just like, oh yeah, this year I'll start. Like I've been wanting to do YouTube probably since 2019. And then it's just always been, next year I'll start. This story isn't gonna, or like the build up to this season it's not the right time now. I'm going through this and this. So like this year I just started. It's just like it's never gonna be the perfect time of starting it. And yeah, so just took the band-aid off and made it public. We've been
Um,
recording for a while, so it's gonna be a lot of like stuff.
the I said I was too shy to come down and visit you. Is any part of it that you were too like that you didn't start it because maybe you were shy? Or you didn't? Was there anything like that, or was it just
um
hours in the day? Or
I think it's mostly just hours in the day, and you also think of like, why would people want to see anything of what I'm doing? Like my life
yeah,
is
that's
so
what I kind of think. Why would she
yeah.
want me to come down there and interrupt her?
Say-
That would
yeah,
probably be it more than being shy. Just kind of low self esteem. I don't know if low self
yeah,
esteem is the right word, but Sarah's why would I bug her?
yeah. Why would I ever want? Like, why would people like subscribe on my YouTube channel? There's nothing interesting. Like, you just go straight there. But then
Yeah.
you also, if I would think of like my favorite athlete, like Kobe Bryant, like I've probably watched all his videos so many times. Just put it on when I'm cleaning at home, just listening to it. And maybe I'm one of those athletes for some people in CrossFit, and I'm like, if I can help them and give them inspiration on how my life actually is and what's going on behind the scenes, and it's just like giving people a little bit of an insight of how I actually am as a person. Like it's way more personal than your Instagram profile or something like that. Like you actually see the people that I'm around. You see how I am when I'm traveling. You see when I'm stressed. Like you can see all the things that you sometimes don't don't want to show the world, but it's very important to show the world to actually show that you're human.
What won't you show people? Like let's just go straight there. What about like relationships? So
Yeah, I mean, those are very like personal, and I think that what the YouTube will do is that it's going to open up a lot of things that I maybe haven't shared before.
Right.
So
Relationships are so interesting in this era, right? So we know people who have well, I'll just pick this person because I had him on the show, but like James Newberry, a high profile Australian athlete, he had a girlfriend. They were when I had him on the show, I was going through his Instagram and he had a post on there that he separated from his girlfriend. And then I started thinking, sometimes when I dig back in people's profiles, I see that they have like exes in there. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know what the conventional wisdom or protocol is on that, because especially someone as high profile as you, it kind of twists them up into your life. And it may not even be that you want to keep it private or that it's too personal. It's just that it could be a distraction from your true core message, right? Like,
and people are also very keen on judging right away of like, oh, Sarah's with this guy. Oh my gosh, this like
lucky him.
lucky him. Wow.
Yeah.
But like, it's just like there's a lot of, and also like you have to be quite sure that you're committed. That's at least for me, to be able to post about it, and like it is a serious thing, and that's why I want the world to know. If it's nothing that's gonna be like you don't want to have something public unless it's gonna last. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to have 3 different boyfriends on my Instagram from the last 4 years. Like
right.
it needs to be something that's the final destination. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it. As like it needs to be that personal, but that's more of just like how much personal life will you share. And I think that's a challenge for me. Is like I'm maybe not a shy person, but I'm a little bit of a private person also. Of like I love to keep my private things to myself, and the world doesn't quite know everything about me, but I still want to be a inspiration for people that look up to me, and I want them to see actually who the real me is, and how human and how clumsy I am and everything like that. So it's good for people to see a little bit of the private life, but then you also have to keep it balanced so you don't get lost in sharing too many things, I think.
Your journey to go to the CrossFit Games, I think I think Dave said it to me first, and then the first time I ever heard it was from Dave, and then I heard it again from Andrew Hiller in a separate talk, that one of the pieces about CrossFit, and I'm putting my spin on it, that people don't talk about is how vulnerable. The reason why people don't like it is because of how vulnerable it makes you. So like you see these bodybuilders and they'll be like, CrossFit's stupid. And like when you dig into it, it's probably just because it makes you so vulnerable.
Yeah.
Right. And so on so many levels, in the immediate, because you couldn't at the end of a workout, you couldn't defend yourself from a kitten. But also because the whole world's, one of the goals is in our sport is to go to failure.
Yeah.
And flirt with that. So
you're also like, I don't know if composed is the right word, but like you have these challenges that you have no idea if you can face them or not. Like showing up at the CrossFit Games and you get a pack board and you're like, I have to climb that in front of everybody here on live camera. What if I fail? What if this? What if people see this side of me? And then that maybe happens. How do you deal with that afterwards, of not judging yourself from what the criteria is judging you from? So I think that's the biggest challenge with CrossFit, is just like you have to put your ego to the side, and you sometimes have to start from step 1 to be able to go to step 4. And that's like, when I started CrossFit, I could not kick up against the wall to do a handstand hold. It was my biggest fear. I was like, wow. Yeah, if I go on my hands, I'm going to fall on my neck and I'm going to break my neck. Like, so
really, you didn't go upside down in the beginning. No, that didn't come easy or natural for you. Wow. No, interesting. Wow.
I was terrified. And then finally, when I kicked up to a wall that was like a very thin wall, and I broke it. And I was like, so it didn't start very well. But like, that's the beauty of CrossFit. Now I'm walking over handstand ramps and I'm walking over stairs, and it's just like, you have to just put your ego to the side, and you have to learn it like a little kid that just started gymnastics and is learning how to like stay in in line before running on and do a flip or whatever. Like you just have to go so far back in some areas, and people judge. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can.
Okay. Sorry, somebody called me girls famous, you know.
I understand. Hey, where
But
are you? Where are you? Say that again, Sarah. Where are you?
I'm at home now, yeah.
In which country?
In Iceland.
Okay. If you say home, does that mean Iceland?
Yeah, Iceland
Okay.
is always home in heart.
Okay. Okay. So going back to the upside down thing,
Yeah.
there are a lot of journeys on the road to the CrossFit Games that are captured, right?
Yeah.
Have you watched those, or is there anything that you think about that you're like that you'd like to share about that journey? I thought you were about to say something, and maybe you were along the lines of you're going to start this journey and there's a chance you might not make it, right? Only 40
Yeah.
girls around the world get to go. And that's
I mean,
another crazy vulnerable part too, especially like if
oh,
you're not going to wait
that,
till the end to put it out. So there's this eminent failure or success on the horizon, no matter what.
yeah. I mean, how I look at this YouTube channel now is just like, okay, I was this successful CrossFitter that made it almost to the top of winning the CrossFit Games a few times. Like, and I did some off-season competitions. Like, me and Tia were head to head at Rogue. Like, it was just there was a lot of things, and I was just there, like at the top. Then I get an injury and I go all the way down, and I'm still fighting my way back. And it's been like when I tore my ACL, I was like, I'll give myself 6 months here. I'll ask Dave if I can be on the demo team here in August when I tore my ACL in March. Like I was that optimistic that it would not be as much of a struggle as people had told me. I was just like, you don't know my mindset or anything, but it has changed so many things. My perspective on how thankful I was to be at the top and how good I actually was. I never appreciated myself there at the top. Like I didn't know how good I was until I wasn't that good anymore. And now the constant struggle for 3 years of just like, I'm on my way up again. This happens. Oh, I'm back down. How do I mentally react to this? And this is what, like, I look at sports of like, sports teach you so much with life of like, when you experience loss, like if you lose somebody that you're close to that you love, you go through all these stages of grief, anger, sadness. This is the exact same thing you go through in disappointment in sports. So sport is actually preparing you for life. That's how I look at it. And I look at this of like, if I give up after an injury, because it's very easy to just say, okay, I've tried here for this long time and it's not happening. Like it's so easy to just put my shoes on the side and be like, hey, I'm done here. I made it to the top. I'm never coming back. Like the my heart says like you have so much more, and I've so many times always almost reached the top again, and then something small happens again. So that's why I thought with a YouTube channel of like, I actually want to show people that like I want them to be with me in this journey, because the moment I experienced that semifinals was insane. Like I was struggling with the legless. I hear a click in my forearm. I'm in front of like it's every athlete's phobia probably to experience what I experienced. Of just like I couldn't perform in stuff that I was good at, and it was just like what is going on here? And like the love and just like the energy in the arena of like always when I tried, the crowd just went crazy. And I
Yeah.
remember I was climbing up and I was getting goosebumps and almost like emotionally crying, because I was just there was so much emotion and there was so much power from all the people of just like they really wanted me to succeed. And that's what I thought with like this is the perfect time of the YouTube channel now, because people are actually they show so much love and support, and they need to see what's going on behind the scenes to actually like experience it.
This video is crazy.
Yeah.
Particularly, I like watching your fingers on the rope.
Yeah.
It's who shot this, by the way? Do you know? Oh,
Yeah.
video.
He's there. Video. Luke Ebron.
Oh yeah, the close-ups of your fingers on the rope are crazy.
Yeah.
Because when I see your fingers, I start to have a visceral feeling like, oh my God, are her fingers gonna break? Like,
yeah,
that's crazy. What
it's
a
just
great
also,
shot he got.
Yeah, it's also just insane of seeing like there was just no strength in the left arm. I just, as soon as the left arm was supposed to hold something, it just didn't and just slipped down like there.
Yeah, the slipping's crazy too.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hey, did you get
was,
a rope burn from that, Sara?
No, I didn't actually. Or not that, like I was just so frustrated and angry from not having the like ability to climb that that rope. So I didn't feel that much except for that click. So, but yeah.
Jake Chapman has a question. Are you going to do a video about the most toxic man in CrossFit? Good job, Jake.
Who is the most toxic man in CrossFit? That's the big question.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
What about for your YouTube channel? I'm just now let me take us off the air. Okay, we're off the air. No one's watching now. And I just want to spitball some ideas. Okay, it's just me and you.
Yeah.
What about doing shorts? So like you can do shorts from your phone, just 1 minute videos.
Yeah.
And we'll do a little
I already did 3 today.
You did?
Yes.
Did you post them?
Yeah, I just posted them this morning.
Did you schedule them or you actually posted them?
No, I posted them.
Oh, I see it.
Yes.
I see it. Okay. So these have to be under a minute long.
Yeah.
Okay. So here I have some, I'm just going to ask you some questions. I just made these up just now while you were talking. I just thought, okay, and see if you can get them in under like 60 seconds. They're just rehearsals. Okay. But then you could use them later and just give me 10% of the earnings from the short. Okay.
You get 15.
What is something that you've learned in your last intimate relationship? Whether it be something you learned going into it, when you left it, in the middle of it, but a component to a successful intimate relationship.
I should have replied to this under 60 seconds.
No, that was too much pressure. You can no 60 seconds, but the final has to be 60 seconds.
Yeah.
I'll give you another one. You don't even have to answer that one. You can though if it comes back up. Here's another one. When you're hungry at night, what do you, and you're not supposed to eat? Like last night I ate way too many pistachios. I mean, before I went to bed. What is like something you can tell yourself so that you can just make it to bed without eating like 3 pounds of pistachios?
I mean, I love eating before bed. So I actually always make like a bowl. I call it like a Sara bowl. So because I would love cereal. So I cut fruit and put like protein over the fruit and eat it like a cereal with peanut butter on. Okay.
So you don't, so not the answer I was thinking. Don't deny yourself, use peanut butter. Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Do you ever go to bed with wet hair? Is that a bad idea?
Yeah, but I would never go in public after that night without looking in the mirror, It's a little bit of an afro.
So you would go to bed with wet hair, but there's consequences to pay in the morning.
They're big consequences. I call it the lioness.
Okay. Here's another one. If you feel an itchy throat coming on, what do you do? I don't even care if it's right or wrong to immediately take precautions and address it. Like, I have a cold coming on. Say it again.
Turmeric, ginger, and garlic, all mixed in one shot, and drink loads of water.
And then another short. These are all just short ideas, right? For little 60 seconds. You've traveled as much as anybody.
Yeah.
What is some mistakes you've made that you don't make anymore and that you continue to make that you need to stop?
With traveling, I'm always late. So like my
To the
record,
airport? You're late to the
yeah,
airport?
yeah,
Oh, you're
always.
stressing me out. Oh, you're stressing me
Oh my
out.
gosh. Like I'm so lucky all the time though. So I showed up. This is a great story and it's way longer than 60 seconds, but I feel like I
Okay.
need to share it with you.
Please, thank you.
So I show up. This is the record of showing up late to the airport. It's 35 minutes before departure. Snorri is already at the airport, so I have this trip to London for WIT.
Which you're supposed to
And
3 hours ahead of time for international.
yeah, but it's Iceland, and I used to work there, and it's 15 minutes from where I live, and it's just like, girl needs to train and everything before. So yeah, so I show up in the airport, and I am actually going to Dubai after London. So I'm starting in London, so I have loads of stuff with me. I go up to the check-in desk, and the girl's like, "You going to London?" I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, "I'm not sure if the plane or like that I can still board you." I was like, "Yeah, I worked here. It's 30 minutes before." And I had no idea if it was true or not. She's like, "Oh, okay." So she boarded me. And I was like, "Okay." Ran to the security, go to security, forget to take my computer out. So I have to go back again, run to the gate. Snorri's at the gate. And I was like, I made it. Oh, fuck, this is great. And I had this feeling inside me of like, why do I feel like I'm forgetting something?
Oh
So
no.
so it's an outdoor gate, and I go to the bus to the aircraft, and then I realized I was like, oh, my bag isn't that heavy. Like my hand luggage isn't that heavy anymore. That means that my computer isn't here anymore. So I forget my computer. Walk up to the airplane and see the stewardess, and I was like, "Do you have like a walkie-talkie?" Because when I used to work here, like you had a walkie-talkie from the girls that used to work in check-in and to the air traffic control to the like the luggage guys and everything. So she's like, "No, I don't have any sorts of things like that. You can please just have a seat." And I was like, "Well, I forgot my computer at security, and
Are you sweaty at this point? Are you
I
sweating?
I'm not only sweating, Snorri is also sweating."
Oh, okay,
Because we were
okay.
just like, holy hell, because I was in school at that time and I was like, I need everything that's in the computer. And she's like, you just have to sort this out later. And I was like, that's not good enough. So I stand up, I call the security from my phone, and I was like, I forgot my computer. Is there any possibility that somebody could run with a computer to the gate? And the guy there is like, yep, I'll send one. And I was like, okay, thank you. Then I was like, how can I let the girl at the gate know that the computer is coming before she comes to the aircraft? So I see the cockpit, and I was like, I might as well try. So I just go knock in the cockpit, ask the pilot if he could actually because they have like the line, like the phone line to the to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
check-in girl. He lets her know, and she brings the computer. And I got my computer. This was
When your
all in the
computer
35-minute time cap.
when your computer showed up, was everyone already sitting down?
Everybody was already sat down, but the girl was
Plane was
still waiting for
boarded.
the
Plane was
load.
boarded.
The plane was boarded, but it was not delayed because of me.
Crazy.
It's
Hey, that
crazy.
have you ever thought about going an hour early and just like chilling?
I've often thought about it, but it never happens. I'm always on time in America to the airport
Oh,
there, but that's because of like there are no chances there. But
more
in
strict there.
Iceland, I live on the edge.
One time, I was going through TSA, and the lady said something about as I pulled up, I went to hand her my driver's license or something. I handed her the wrong thing, and she said, why aren't you ready?" And she started yelling at me. I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm trying." She goes, "You stand here and wait here." And then she made me stand there and wait there at the, where they check your ID,
Yeah.
for like, to punish me for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, to make you
Yeah.
just feel horrendous, and then she didn't make eye contact with you the
No,
whole
no.
time, and you're
Even
just there waiting.
and I'm just like, she treated me like I was a 4-year-old. It was
Yeah,
crazy. I was like, wow, this is
I
nuts.
feel ashamed. Yeah.
Yeah. God, it's
Yeah, but
I
I
like to
still
get there.
learned
I like to
lessons.
get there early and sort of
Yeah,
observe the people who are panicking.
yeah, I actually enjoy that a lot too. But when you work for like a couple, like I worked for Iceland Air before, and you know the rules and stuff and how it works. It's like
Yeah.
you're like, oh, they're just in the process of this. It's still about 30 minutes until we go through that. And so like, I think it's a flaw or a curse that I actually know it, because that makes me live extra much on the edge, you know?
Right. Well, I'm excited to see your YouTube channel.
Yeah. What do you
grow.
want to see on the YouTube channel? That's the big question.
I personally think you should make yourself do a short every day that shares some sort of lesson from you that you've learned. You know what I mean?
One
Yeah.
lesson a day of the shorts. Okay.
Yeah, you know, something like, hey, before you get into a relationship, you know, it's really important to know like what time, if you're a professional athlete, what time people go to bed.
Yeah.
Or never guilt trip someone who's, these are reasons why you should never guilt trip on someone who has really focused aspirations. You'll lose them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
It's
hey,
the wisdom of the day.
I don't know why I keep showing up late to the airport, but I'm telling you, my life would be better if I always showed up a half hour early.
Yeah. My heart rate would be better.
Yeah. Every time I feel like my throat's getting itchy, I start taking 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C every hour for 12 hours, and it's 99%. I think people would just want to hear from you.
I have a great one also.
Tell me.
Love is life. Life is love.
Yes.
That's a deep one. That's my key saying of the day.
Yes. Hey, I was talking about this the other day along that line. Love is life. Life is love. It's that second one that I think is really important that people forget. Life is love. Gandhi said something like, you can't separate religion and state, because your life, your existence, how I treat Sara is my religion. How I interact with the world, how I treat bugs, how I look at the ocean. It's all my second to second, moment to moment interaction with the world is my religion. So what you're saying is like, love isn't something you turn on and off.
No,
you're saying life is love. Like this is like Bob Marley would say, heaven on earth. Yes.
Yeah. Did you watch the intro?
Or at least the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there. Have you transmuted, I don't know if that's a word, your love into anger and hate and frustration? Like, why are you spending it like that? Why not just let it just be always love?
Yeah, exactly. That's why my YouTube channel is called 3407.
Oh.
Did you watch why it is 3407?
No, but I watched the video to where you took it to where you were about to say why it is, and then the video cut off.
Yeah, you need to watch the full video. It's there's a story behind it.
Okay, don't tell me now.
No,
hold on.
Watch it. Yeah.
Hold on.
It's almost in the end of the YouTube video.
Which one in it? Which one is it? You had me at hello.
Yeah, you had me at hello. Did you notice that all the names of the episodes are names of songs that fit with what's in the video? Is this deep thoughts here?
Oh, I haven't noticed that. No.
Now you're gonna get extra excited for each episode.
I even think some maybe some like superficial love stuff, like I was gonna say what I find most attractive in a mate, but it could also be how to pick a dog, how to pick a pet, how to pick a dog. Yeah.
Just some life lessons and wisdoms. Yeah, I think I can do that.
I had this guy on who was a fighter, Sara, real alpha guy, and I was saying something like, "Hey, how do you stay focused and then and not get distracted by like wanting to chase girls?"
Yeah.
And he said something like, "Hey, when you're a man like me, like alpha men don't chase women. That's not we don't do that." And I was just like, I'm 50 years old. I'd never heard something like that. I wasted like 20 years of my life chasing girls. And when he said that, I was like, how the fuck does this 25-year-old guy know this?
Yeah, exactly.
And there are some gems in there. There's things like that, the people like, that you take for granted.
Yeah.
And I keep harping on relationships because that's how we're all, I like relationships, and that's how we're all created.
Yeah.
This union of these two creatures coming together, and then hopefully making a love child, and then you know, the spawn. So I just like that topic.
Yeah, I love it too.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna have to start a whole clean slate of judging you.
Why?
Because I had you in this category. It was like you and Danielle Brandon in this category of impossible to schedule. And now you just fell out. You're like, I text you last night and I'm like, you want to come on in the morning? Just a Hail Mary, just a throw into the end zone.
But I mean, you, after the last chat, you became high on my priority list. So like I get extra notification if you message me. Yeah, you're one of them now. So
thank you, dear. You're always welcome. Congratulations on the YouTube channel. And I look forward to crossing paths with you again. Paths with you.